Dear audience, dear YouTubers, as day by day we are approaching to the 2020 presidential elections of Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which are going to be held on 26th of April. Let us focus today and make some analyses about the recent situation. I prefer to make some new analyses. As you see, the politicians who are going to be the candidates for these elections, besides us, what kind of malignancies, malignant behaviors they harbor in themselves, and what kind of Trojan horse acts they possess, and what are we waiting from them, but what are they trying to impose? Let us see. Almost all of these politicians, as we can see, it is very apparent that they are acting very diabolically. They are not complimentary with the citizens of TRNC. They harbor no genuine patriotism in their souls. Literally, they are heartless, soulless, and merciless, also mindless. Mindlessness is in their spirituality. Actually, almost none of them possess any competence to govern the society properly because they have not reached to the zenith of science, arts, and any kind of cultural activity. They are only heartbreakers, and they are not devoted wholeheartedly. They are only acting. They think that it is a stage, but life is not a theater, it is reality. So actually they are fulfilling their fantasies, they are daydreaming, but they don't know that daydreaming is going to end, and they will begin to nightmare very soonly. Because, as you know, since 1975, they made no progress. They gave no happiness to the society. That's why every day on the newspapers we are reading bad news. We cannot read any good news, no heralding, etc. Very small amount of good things. It is due to the maladministration of these maladroit governors. And in this 2020 elections, we see the same politicians, how they are trying to be candidates for the new elections also, because hopes have wilted and the trust of people has faded away. So it is apparent that these people, neither Akıncı nor Tatar, Erhürman, and the other politicians are not going to be able to win your hearts, because it is a win and win process, and whatever you sow, you will reap that. As you know, this proverb is a very good proverb. They have sowed wind and they will reap whirlwind, my dear audience. So Akıncı has acted very unpatriotically, and until today he even didn't divulge his thoughts that he 100% wants to be a candidate for these elections, but on the contrary, he is going and making visits to schools and other places for a very small amount of times because he is not ready to talk to people. So he hasn't got that boldness, he hasn't got that energy, he doesn't possess that kind of spirituality to face with people, because they're going to ask him questions and he's going to be cornered, an avalanche of questions, and he will be in a very bad situation, maybe probably in a comatose type of situation. Then Tatar, who has been prime minister, acted very unmercifully and unjustly, and people as we see, whenever we talk about Tatar to any people, all of them says that they are not going to vote for him. They say that he acted very horribly and terribly. He is a fake patriot, we know. He is just acting to defend the integrity of TRNC. But on the other hand, on his manifesto, the 6th article tells us that he will try to put some amount of Greeks in the soil of TRNC. So Tatar has lost in the, we see that he's going to lose in the ballot box of 2020 presidential elections. Kudret Özersay, also a very, very different type of human being, has never won the hearts of people because he acted very mythomanically. So he cannot even divulge his thoughts and share love with people. He cannot hug them. And he yesterday tried to deliver a conference in King's College London, but due to the hampering impedance of the Greek side, he wasn't able to deliver his conference, and probably he's going to turn back because he cannot face the reality in his country. This was a very narrow escape, but this narrow escape didn't give him the opportunity to become more and more popular. His choreographers choreographed the situation very bad. That Özersay is in a complete loss now, and I think he will be in a very great depressive state. He will be very despondent, my dear audience. Lastly, YDP's candidate Erhan Arıklı is trying to show himself here and there, but as he tried to find a common presidential candidate, I showed previously that at that point Arıklı lost the elections. So the best thing for him is to make a withdrawal, and he has to tell his electorate the reality that this race is not going to be a benefit for him. Dear audience, as you know that I reiterated before that I am one of the independent candidates of this 2020 presidential elections. I really believe, I wholeheartedly believe when I talk to you, when I go around, that you are going to vote to me, because a brilliant future is waiting you if you vote for me. You know that I am a man of science, a man of culture, a man of good things, a man of good deeds. I hug you wholeheartedly and I share everything I possess with you. That's why in these elections, 2020, I am going to reiterate again that I believe in your trust, I believe in your love, I believe in your wholehearted dedication. Take care of yourself. Until a new video, may God be with you. Thank you very much for your attentive attendance.